What's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Ashley and today I'm taking you guys on day 4 in Utah. Today we got a pretty early call time, and so we are going to go out to a nice dinner later tonight, but I'm about to go up to Park City. It is about 10 in the morning and I'm going to go ahead and go up to Park City. It's a little bit of a drive, but I'm going to do some editing and some computer work there and try and take some photos as well. So let's go ahead and go. Showing my little fit. I really don't love that I did not pack like a regular shirt to go under this, but we're working with what we got because I don't really like the buttons on button situation, but it's colder up there, so I gotta wear like layers. So I got the jacket, I have this like mauve brown shirt underneath, just some black jeans and my Air Force. Alright, let's go. Guys, I just got in my car and there are like the most perfect snowflakes on the windshield. I'm trying to see if it will grab a good view, but can you see them? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Okay everyone, so we are back to the hotel, and what do you know, I went to Sephora again. I have gone to a makeup store every day we've been here and come out with a purchase, so that's great. The reason I went is it was a little bit of a retail therapy moment, one, but also I had been thinking when I went 2 days ago, I'd recently seen the Summer Friday line. They had these like buttery lip balm things that are kind of like glossy, but they're very moisturizing with color. It's like a tinted moisturizer, and that's one thing I'm really starting to like more than like matte lip. And I know a lot of it right now is because I'm still in my Aquaphor and my lips are just so incredibly dry all the time. But anyways, these Summer Friday things kept popping up on my Instagram. They look so pretty and I just wondered how good they were, and then I saw them at Sephora. Sorry, I have a hair or something across my eye. And while I was in there, the workers and like people just shopping just came up to me many times, and they were like, when I was in that area 2 days ago, they were like, I love this thing, to have them all the colors, they are amazing, they're amazing. So I'd been thinking about it for the last 2 days, and I was like, you know what, I do really want to get them. I'll probably end up getting them. And I was kind of like, why not go ahead and go get them when we don't have to pay shipping instead of ordering them online. So anyways, I decided to go and get them. Well, and I saved them because there's 4 of them and I wanted to get 2, maybe 3 of the colors. But anyways, on Wednesday when I went, they only had 2 of the colors in stock. So I was kind of like just hoping they had those colors in stock still, and unfortunately they only had 1 of those colors. They had run out of the other. These things are like highly sought after, but they had the color Vanilla Beige in stock. So this is what the packaging looks like, and the packaging is kind of like very similar to the color of the lip tint. It's actually called a lip butter balm, so that's a great way to describe it. This is Vanilla Beige, but I was able at checkout to order any of the colors for free shipping. So if you want to get a piece of makeup that like is typically carried at Sephora or Ulta, always go check out and order it and have it sent to your house, because they can get it free shipping sent to you, which is so good because you're not gonna pay for shipping online. So I got the Vanilla, I think it's called, which is like a very neutral creamy beige color, and then I got the Brown Sugar, which looks kind of like a berry from the packaging, but it's definitely more of like a warm nude brown color. Maybe with like a hint of mauve or so. The one color I didn't get is like the excuse me. The one color I didn't get is like the like bright corally red orangey color. It just looks a little bright for me, but we'll see later down the line. I may get it. I don't know like when this Sephora in Murray, Utah restocks. I know like some places like this are typically like Thursdays or Fridays, so that's also why I kind of went over there. But the Dior lip oil, they were out of every color on Wednesday. That was something I had looked at getting on Wednesday and I didn't. They had full stock of the berry color, which the berry I wasn't that interested in, but they did have one left in the rosewood, I believe it's called. Yeah, rosewood. These are so expensive. I originally had like 4 of these that I was looking at getting, and you know, I just bought the one because I wasn't really interested in the berry, but I would probably only ever buy like 1 more of these, and then for like color variation, maybe 2, and then if I was like obsessed with them, when I ran out, I would restock, but these are expensive. And part of it is because it's Dior. To my knowledge, this is kind of just like a lip gloss situation, but it's very highly moisturizing, which is what I need. Like I need all the moisture for my lips right now. But this is the rosewood. It's, you know, packaged so pretty because it's Dior. But the rosewood is like, got a red corally pink color tint to it, and it's really pretty. Here, I'll show you this. You can kind of tell the color. Yeah, it's like that color right there on the tip. But these are expensive. I really didn't realize like they were as expensive as they are. So definitely gonna have to like cherish that and use it sparingly. The one other thing that I walked out with is one of these Touchland hand sanitizers. These things have been like circulating on my feed really since 2020 because everyone was going gaga over hand sanitizer, you know, but they're obviously very like aesthetically pleasing, but they're kind of, I mean, they're really expensive for a hand sanitizer. So I've never bought one, but Sephora was currently running a promotion where if you spent $75 in store, then you got 500 points on your account, which translates to money and a status. Well, at least it got me to a new status. It got me to VIP status, which I think means I get like a discount maybe, or like I get to know about early drops. I don't know. But anyways, I was like $7 away from the like 500 points. And so I was like, well, I need to go and buy something. And these were of course like up near the thing, but I've wanted one of these. I just was never gonna purchase it. So this kind of forced me to, but I got the rose water, obviously because I love the smell of rose, but also like the color is like that like perfectly muted blush pink. But the point of these, it's kind of like, other than just being aesthetically pleasing, I was asking the cashier kind of like the pros of this. It is moisturizing, so a lot of people don't like hand sanitizer because it makes their skin very dry or it makes it crack. This is moisturizing. Rejuvenates skin's appearance, reduces signs of aging. Not real sure how, you know, true that can be with hand sanitizer, but whatever. It says there's 500 sprays in this bottle, which is nice. It's animal cruelty free and vegan, and I guess that's kind of it. But it's just a nice, like, pretty hand sanitizer, but they got me to buy it with the incentive. Okay, so now while I'm putting this away, I'm gonna get a little bit of a story time. So I was up at a cute little coffee shop in Park City, Utah. I had a beautiful view. I was editing, and if you're a photographer out there, you may be able to relate to this, but like I feel like anyone in their profession can kind of relate to this. But I was editing a gallery, which I knew before I even started editing it that it was a beautiful gallery. It was a maternity gallery that I recently did just like 2 weeks ago, and the soon-to-be mama is stunning, and we had beautiful weather that day, especially for early February in Middle Tennessee. But I just kind of knew like it was a really nice day. The wind wasn't blowing. The sun was really bright. Their outfits were perfect. The vibe of the shoot was like everything I love. So I kind of just knew I would enjoy editing it. And lo and behold, like I'm looking at these photos, they're beautiful photos to begin with, which always helps. But if you're a photographer, you've probably gone through many seasons of your professional career where you like question everything about yourself and what you're doing, like your editing style, you question and you rethink and you go through trials of like trying new things and it takes a while. Like it takes a while to land your style as a photographer, but it is kind of important to have a style, I think, because when people see your work, if it's consistent with a style and they book you, they're kind of expecting to get that style. Now, I didn't realize they were going to go on tangents today, but here we are. There's always room for things to go a little like wild card, because I will give a great example. I feel like I was having a very consistent style like last fall and winter, and then I had someone book me for a shoot earlier. It was early in January, the shoot. And obviously, you know, it's rough to like emulate the style when there's like the trees have no leaves on them whatsoever. The grass is dead, plants are dead. You can just tell it's cold. It's hard to like match that style to the fall in Tennessee when we have like reds and orange and yellow and brown and all these rich, warm colors. It can be difficult to like copy that, but there are times when you can't control a whole lot, because like this was an event that I was shooting in January. So like the time was set, so there was no negotiating. So the time was set, and it was definitely for a time of day I would not have chosen. The location was set, and like I don't want to give too much information as to this shoot because I'm not complaining all about like the couple or anything. It's just kind of how it is sometimes, you know. But they had to stand in a specific place for the photo shoot, and it was right under the direct sun at the sunniest time of the day. And so like they were pretty washed out. They were pretty blown out. The photos were very, very bright, and there was really not a whole lot I can do about that at that point. You know, like I use my expo disc, I shoot manually, I'm able to control a lot of things, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do at that point anymore. And so you do have times like that pop up when the style may not be as like consistent to what people have been seeing because of things like that. I feel like that's what makes this job really challenging, because if you want a very consistent style, then you kind of have to push for certain times to shoot. Like you kind of have to push people to like be available at this time, and to be in a setting where you may be able to have like areas in direct sun as well as in the shade. Anyway, rant over on that. But it's hard as a photographer because you may go through like periods of time where you're questioning your style choices and trying to develop a style. Anyways, I've really been on the cusp of that recently, and I was editing this photo shoot up in this beautiful area in the mountains, and I feel like it embodied absolutely everything I wanted my style to be. And I had like reached peak style for me right now. I was just giddy with glee, and I literally edited the last photo of the shoot, and my external hard drive corrupted. So my husband thinks that he's gonna look at it. He thinks that there's some things we can do to save it. I don't know what's going on, but I tried switching out the cord with another one of my discs that was showing up, and it still wasn't showing up on my computer. And so I'm really unsure how it cannot be corrupted. I'm praying to God it's not corrupted, and that we're gonna figure it out, and all these photos are gonna be there, and they're gonna be edited where I can export them safely, because it's gonna be really sad not. But it was basically like I hit a point after this like photographer's high where I was at this low where I was like, I may have to start over from square one of these photos. And that's like so discouraging after you spent the time on them, but also the fact I was so happy with what they were looking like. So I basically just had to pack up my things and leave this coffee shop earlier than planned because there wasn't really anything else I could do at this point. I went to Sephora to do a slight little bit of retail therapy. It was premeditated. It was not just spur of the moment decisions, but did some retail therapy to take my mind off of it. I got some lunch at the Cheesecake Factory that I just brought back. So I'm gonna put something on TV and just sit back, enjoy this lunch, and wait for Luke to get here, and fingers crossed we can salvage this external hard drive. Well, hello everyone, and guess what? I forgot to close out the vlog. I'm getting really bad about not closing them out, but it's okay. So basically where I left you yesterday was that I was very concerned that my photos I'd spent all day editing and were so happy about were lost, but luckily Luke came home. He was able to fix the external drive very quickly. He is really good at that kind of stuff, and I'm very thankful because I was able to send off the gallery. They were all saved. Such a stress reliever. And so we then kind of got ourselves a little bit ready, went to Olive Garden for dinner. We went back to the Fashion Place Mall. I've now been there 3 times since we've been in Utah, but Luke hadn't been and he wanted to go. And we came back, we watched some TV, we just went to bed and a good night's sleep, and that was the end of the day. So thank you guys for coming along today with me, and I will see you in the next one.